Hey guys, it's Ken Polk here from Alpha Omega Music Studios. Currently, we're at the 52 Main Street location, our second location that we just opened up in the last year. And we're in the band room, aka Studio C. So, what I wanted to do was just give a quick review and just, share my thoughts on some equipment that's out there on the market that is super affordable and an exceptional value in my opinion. So today I figured I would highlight a couple items here, and I'll make another video with some other pieces of gear out there that I just think are exceptional pieces of gear or instruments that are, you just can't beat it for the money. So first thing I want to do is take a look here at these microphones. This is a new microphone series out by a company called Stagg. We've carried their stuff for quite a while. And these are the Stagg, I believe this is the SDM80, if I am not mistaken. And this microphone, I'm just completely blown away by these mics. So essentially, you buy one of these mics, you get a nice carrying case like this, a nice hard carrying case, and you open up the case and there's a microphone in one side. Here, I'll show you in another one that maybe, oh, never mind. I took the cable out of both. And then they give you a cable. You actually get a free XLR cable with the mic also, which is pretty insane. So you get a mic and a cable. The only weird thing is you don't get the clip. A lot of times when you purchase microphones, typically you would get a mic clip, because when you buy mic stands, most mic stands do not come with the mic clip on them, because you usually get them with the mic. So that's the only down thing. But we're talking, a couple dollars for a mic clip, which is no big deal. So, Stagg sells mic clips and mic stands. One of these is actually an on-stage stand. This one here, I really like these. These are nice, and this is one of Stagg's light-duty stands that I think these go for about $20, $25. They range from $20 to $30 depending on how heavy of stand. But getting back to the mic, so these Stagg microphones these go, different models in the same kind of in the same genre as this microphone go in the $25 to $45 range. This particular mic here, I think we sell this one, if I'm not mistaken, for $39 at the shop at our other location where we have a store. And it does have a switch on it, which I've always kind of made the connotation, if it has a switch, it's probably not as high quality as a mic without a switch. But honestly, I've had no problems with the switches, and it's kind of nice if you're at a live sound gig and you're using a small format mixer, like really small format mixer like this. This will actually be on, we'll talk about this in the second half of this review, the Soundcraft Notepad 12FX extremely small format mixer is kind of ridiculous at this price point. Anyhow, you're using a mixer like this. You don't have mutes on the channels. It is actually convenient in that case to have the switch on the microphone. So anyhow, without further ado, let's fire up one of our Mackie speakers. I love the Mackie speakers too. We actually got another one today. So fire this up and let's see. So come over to the mic. So in the off position, we have nothing. We turn it on, just a tiny little click coming out, and voila, we have a level. So let's test it out. I do have some reverb on the microphone. Hello, I'm not a vocalist. Let's shut the reverb off. So listen to how clear the microphone is. This room is not honestly, it's not bad sounding, but it's not super acoustically treated. And to me, this microphone just sounds very, very tight. Very tight. There's Typically, I would have to put EQ, drop the highs in a room like this so that we don't get feedback. Like if I had an SM58 on here, probably be getting some feedback. And this microphone, I can't believe it, but it just sounds clear. Just to me, it sounds natural. It has a nice air at the top end, just enough, but without those harsh frequencies. So anyhow, really, really dig these microphones. $39, man, you can't go wrong. Actually, we even have them on sale sometimes for less than that. Okay, next part of the review, let's talk about the Soundcraft mixer. So the Soundcraft mixer is a 4 microphone input mixer. So you have 4 combination XLR and 1/4-inch jacks. So let's say you needed to run a bunch of instruments directly in, line level, or instrument level. You can plug directly in and no need for a DI. So just really simplifies everything. You have a combo jack there, but you can run up to 4 mics. Now, additional to that, you have 2 stereo channels. So you have your left and your right. If you want to run it mono, just plug into the left side. I did this at one of our events. We had a gig the other day for the studio, and I ran a bass in the left side of one of these channels. So you come down the strip here on the 4 main channels with the XLR combo jacks. You have a low, mid, and high band EQ. So you have a 3-band EQ, not sweepable obviously on a tiny mixer like this. And you have a combination on aux send or effects send. You can decide which way you'd like to use it. Technically you could use them both at the same time, but when you would turn the knob here, it would affect both the effects send as well as the monitor send. So for me, I usually choose one or the other. Then you have a pan pot here for left and right. Typically when I'm using a mixer of this size, it's because I'm doing a very, very small gig, and I'll run just a mono speaker. I'll just run the left out, so I'm not touching the pans. But you do have your pan knob there if you're running 2 speakers, or for recording purposes, which we'll talk about in a second. So here's your trims for your 6 channels. These 2 stereo channels, they call them 5-6 because technically you have your 2 inputs left and right. If you have like a stereo keyboard, you can do that twice, or like I said, you can just use the mono input and go 1. So essentially I have 6 input channels there. Now, additional to that, above here you have RCA jacks, 9/10, which for all intents and purposes is basically like channel 7, like a stereo channel 7 input. And you could run, this would be great to have like an RCA to TRS 1/8-inch jack to come out of your phone. Okay, so if you have a smartphone, tablet, what have you, iPod, whatever it might be, you could plug into that and keep the rest of your channels open. Then you have a line effects input as well. So external effects return. So if you want to send an aux out here, I use this as a monitor send. So when I do live shows, I run an aux out, and there's my, you have your aux send for each channel here, and then you have your master aux over here. And then here's the output, and I'd go to the monitor. However, you could run an output here to an external effects unit and bring the effects back into these 2 channels. Okay, if you do that, you'll have a stereo return for stereo reverb, stereo delays, anything stereo effect that you want. And you come down here, and here's your return. So this is where you would dial in how much of the effect you want. Okay, now let's go back to the default setting here. If we do not use an external effects unit, you have built-in effects right in the unit. To me, this is ridiculous. Let me just say, this Soundcraft Notepad 12FX mixer, which can handle essentially, 6 channels of input, 2 of them stereo, okay, and 4 of them XLR, is $150. They're $149. It's kind of ridiculous. Has the USB port inside as well. So it works as a 4-channel send and return to your DAW of choice. Here at Studio C, we're using, we have Pro Tools here, but I keep the iLock at the other studio, and so we're primarily using Studio One. I'm getting up and running on that. That might be a whole nother video we do. However, you have your 4 sends and returns, so I can track 4 instruments simultaneously and bring them back to the board for monitoring. So that's pretty awesome. So with this, we use this as our Studio C interface, and when we do small live gigs, I use it as an extremely portable mixer to do live gigs. So I don't know, I can't say enough about this. This is for $150. It's pretty crazy. So coming back, you have your effects here. You have delay, chorus, and reverb. Now the karaoke mode, you press all 3 buttons at the same time. You're in karaoke mode. I honestly have no idea what that is. I haven't messed with it yet, but I've used the delays. Put the delay on, you see the blinking light. For the tap tempo, set your delay. Let's say we want a slower delay. Let's see what that sounds like. Let's dial in the effects. Let's say I'm on the mic with the red cable here, so that's channel 2. And let's turn the effects return up. There's also a perimeter setting here. We'll talk about that in a second. Let's hear what it sounds like. There's a delay. So, delay. Let's go with the faster delay. So let's tap this fast. Boom, 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 boom. Okay. Delay. How about the perimeter? You can turn the perimeter. So change the perimeter setting, turn it down. Let's see what that does. Delay. So it's the repeats. How many times it repeats until the delay fades out. So if we want to have it a long repeat, delay, and it keeps going. Similar, does the same basic thing for the perimeter for reverb, so it's just how long the reverb tail. We'll crank it up. So we have it set on reverb. A long tail. Now if we shorten it, reverb. Very quick reverb. So there you have it. So 2 pieces of gear for short money that I think sound awesome. I can tell you that since we've been doing some smaller shows, I'll take this board, put it in an old briefcase with a couple powered Mackie speakers, little portable Sonar Jazz kit, and a couple of these microphones, and you have like a, basically, a couple amps, and you get a whole band rig ready to go. These mics, like I said, I think they sound fantastic. So that's about it. So again, thanks for checking out the video here. It's kind of a little bit rough and dirty here with the video as far as the quality, just doing it on my cell phone, but hopefully this helps some of you out looking into maybe purchase some of these products, or maybe you have some of these like the mixer and you want to know how to use it a little bit more. Maybe that was helpful. So anyhow, that's it. Again, Ken from Alpha Omega Music Studios. And if you have any questions, feel free to call us at 978-613-2255. We offer music lessons. We have 3 recording studios. This is our smallest studio. Our Studio A has a big 44-channel AMAC console. with a little bit of outboard gear and a nice Pro Tools rig with lots of plugins and a nice microphone selection as well. So check that out on the website, www.alphaoms.com. And any questions on any other products we may carry, give us a buzz. Okay, peace.